Hello everyone, welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. In today's video, I want to talk about all the characters in Genshin Impact and the diversity we need in gameplay and etc. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and play intro. One thing I want to talk about is obviously the diversity in skin color. I'm just gonna say it now and get it out of the way. This ain't it. None of it is it. You're telling me this is the darkest skin tone in Genshin Impact? And how many people who have darker skin tones are in the game? I always see beautiful artwork made of these characters with darker skin. I always do, and I always appreciate it, because I feel like these should be their skin tones, like darker ones, and obviously we need more characters with darker tones. But let me tell you, I swear, as soon as TCG Genshin card game came out, I got signed up the first day, and I got jump scared, because I was like, did they whitewash him? Why is he so white? I've been blinded by so many beautiful arts of Sino that I'm just like, are they whitewashing him every time I see him in Genshin? Now, since that is out of the way, I want to go on to the main thing, or the main reason I'm making this video, is gameplay styles that Genshin needs to add more of. So with the addition of Aino, we have every element and weapon type combo. We were missing Hydro Claymore, and Aino has completed it fully for us. I think they should add more fall damage characters, like Jean. Jean is able to throw up enemies and toss them further into the air. They get dealt a huge amount of physical fall damage. And I think it would be really cool if we had multiple characters who can do that. The only other way you can do it with other characters is electrocharge reactions. But I feel like it would be really cool. It would be another way to play another playstyle. It would just add a lot more diversity. Not only that, it would also add more to the physical gameplay of characters we have. Because truly, we only have Eula. There are some other exceptions to like Razor or Fremine, but they just simply can't compare enough to what Eula does. And I just think it would give Eula some competition if we had other characters like this. Having these characters that can just lift up enemies and toss them wherever, I think this is a really good and amazing idea. It adds more to physical and diversity of gameplay, but they could also add a Hydro character that literally makes a pond of water where you can just switch to your character that you can throw enemies with and just toss them in the water and immediately they're dead. And that kind of does sound OP, but they could do different things with it. Like, make it a burst. When used, it creates a pond, and they can do it, hide it behind constellations, where, C0 just only allows one to go in and immediately die, and then it goes away. Maybe something like that? Don't know. It's just ideas. I don't know. Another completion thing they could do, since we have all of the elements and weapon types together, they can finish the trilogy of Kechin. We have a Electro one, the original. We have Dendro, Hydro, Amino, and also we have Geo. So we're just missing a Pyro and Cryo Kechin. Another thing I want to see more of is more characters in certain areas. The first in-game content we got was the Spiral Abyss, and usually you need at least 8 characters. There's not exactly enough plunging characters for that. We have Zhao, Gaming, Ressa. I'm always gonna pronounce her name wrong, so I'm just gonna call her Cloud Retainer, and Isan. Isan does count with their ability that they do, their charge attack, does count as a plunge attack, I think. I could be wrong. So I would at least like 2 more future plunging characters. So the next group that I'm going to be talking about is Geo. And not necessarily I want more Geo characters. They are the least populated of all of the elements. But the thing with Geo is it's Geo. It is very hard to buff, and it's just, I feel like at the end of the day, it should have been 100% physical, but we're kind of like so far into the game that it would be so hurtful to do that. And plus that would really, really mess up with Navia's like kit and how she works, because there's truly nothing going on with Geo besides it being a recolor of physical, with the exception of giving you elemental shards from Geo reactions. That's about it. It's really sad. I wish for more love for my Geo characters. I do really love the Geo characters, their personalities, and gameplay. It's just very hard within newer metas and etc. stuff. It's hard to fit them into places. My only thought process is maybe giving all the Geo characters what Zhongli has, and then maybe buff him, of like petrifying everyone. I feel like that could be a decent buff, and then buff Zhongli somehow. That's all I can think of. Maybe Genshin, please, I beg for more characters that infuse their elements to different characters' weapons, because we have Chongyun who can make people cryo. We have Kandake that can make people hydro. We also have C6 Bennett, but that's locked behind 6 constellations, so, you know. I definitely think we should have more infusion characters. Where's the Emino? Where's the Geo? Where's the Electro? Where's the Dendro? Where's the Pyro without constellations? I just feel like that would be super amazing. We only have 3, technically 2. Another thing they could add to buff certain elements and characters is adding another bonus buff for elemental resonance, like having 4 Amino characters on one single team. It could be simple as buffing one of the things that are listed, like it could do 15% decrease stamina consumption by 30, or increase movement speed by 20, or shorten skill cooldown by 10%. With 4 Geo characters, they could have 30% shield strength and 40 Geo res. Electro characters could be affected by Hydro 80 times less, and 100% chance to generate electro elemental particles cooldown every 2.5 seconds. With Dendro, a 4 team, which is increase elemental mastery by 100, then by 60, then, by 40. With 4 Hydro, it could be affected by Pyro 80 times less, increases max HP by 50%. I think that's kind of wild. It is an idea. It could be something entirely different, but 50% is a lot. Pyro could be affected by Cryo 80% less and increase attack by 50%. And 4 Cryo could be affected by Electro for 80 times less, increases crit rate against opponents that are frozen or affected by Cryo by 30%. Though that might be really busted and broken with the Blizzard Striker set. Another thing I think they should add to Genshin Impact is more attack speed characters, because there's a few attack speed buffers in the game as of right now, and I feel like they need to be buffed for their attack speed. The only 2 people I can think of who can utilize them is Yoimiya and Ayato. Maybe it would be helpful for Eula and maybe Wanderer, but I wish they had more of an impact. I just feel like they're kind of niche, and I wish to see them more. The very last thing I can think of what I would want them to add are just more characters for certain reactions. I feel like Burning, Virgin, and like Hyper Bloom have very rare like actual characters made for that. Like you can have characters that work, but it feels pretty underwhelming and not helpful. And it would be nice that those characters are 4 stars. It was so amazing when Chevreuse got added for Overload. We have Kave for Bloom, and what exactly do we do for Burning? Or Virgin? Well, 4 stars then. I don't know. I just want more supports in that type of way. I feel like every elemental reaction should have enough characters for people to explore and try them out, see how they like them. I feel like people forget about Virgin and Burning. I rarely see it. I also rarely see Superconduct, but that's to buff physical characters, and we don't got that. We can't have anything nice, Hoyoverse. But anyways, guys, that will be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed a different type of style of Genshin Impact video. I just kind of was like, I don't know what to post for a Genshin content, so I just kind of started talking, and this is what this video has become. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and yeah. Anyways, guys, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you are new because it does help me out a lot, turn on my post notifications so you know when I post a new video or a live stream. But anyways, guys, I will see you next time. Bye-bye!